मम ज्ञानविनन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया अक्षरान्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती निति नामिने। श्रीवर्षभानवी देवी सहिताय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिद श्रीगौरा करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणि श्रीमूर्ते दीनतारिणे रूपानुगाविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तद्वान्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद्वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बारसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजायते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगावरायते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषै नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। जयतां श्रुतोर्पङ्गुर् मामन्दमते गति मत्सरसावराम्भोजो राधामदनमोहनो दिव्य बृंदारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नापाठसिंहसंस्थो श्रीमदाश्रीलगोविददेवो प्रश्रालिसेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारथि वसीवततस्थितः कर्षं वेणोसनेर्गोपीर्मुद्रातः श्रीयस्तुनः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we're starting the 17th chapter. Parvati, she curses Chitraketu. 17, 6th canto, 17th chapter, first verse. Sri Sukha Uvacha. यत्सान्तर्हितोऽन्तः अन्तः तस्यै कृत्वादिशे नमः। विद्याधर चित्रकेतुश्चराधनेश्वरः। So, whichever direction Ananta appeared, or disappeared in one sense, Yatha cha Ananta arhito cha Tantarhito Ananta. Ananta uh, uh, disappeared, or he had manifested himself. So in that direction, Tasya Kritva Dishe Manaha, he paid obeisances in the direction in which Ananta had manifested himself. Then what happened? Chitraketu, who is the Vidyadarascha Chitraketu, Chachara Gaganechara, he was going in his outer space. So headed by, as the head of all the Vidyadharas, he was going in the space. Chitraketu is the leader of all the Vidyadharas, the category of demigods called Vidyadharas. Now, this chapter talks about how he laughed at Lord Shiva and received a curse from Sati, Shiva's wife, and became the Tasura, because the story had to be told that how uh, with Tasura, previous life, that is Chitraketu, is a great devotee. Next. Salakshana Marshalakshana Avyahata Balendriya स्तूयमानो महायोगी स्तूयमानो महायोगी मुनिभिः सिद्धचा मुनिभिः सिद्धचारणैः. One minute. मुनिभिः सिद्धचारणैः द्रोणीषु नानासङ्कल्पसिद्धिषु प्रेमे विद्याधरस्त्रीभिर्गापयन् हरिमीश्वरम्. So, inhabitants of Siddhaloka and Charanloka, they are praising Chitraketu. He was a great yogi. Chitraketu is a Mahayogi. Varsha Lakshanam Avyahada Vrendriya Suyamano Mahayogi. He's got great body and senses. And he had wonderful Balendriyaha, Indriyas which are never deteriorating. What did he do? Gapayan Harimishwaram. He was constantly singing the glories of Hari. What did he do? Nana Sankalpa Siddheshu Reme Vidyadhara Strivihi. He was enjoying with many women. Vidyadhara Strivihi for hundreds and thousands of years in Sumeru mountain. For perfection. Sumeru mountain. He is perfection. In spite of he being surrounded by many women, he was constantly glorifying the Lord. He was absorbed in hearing about and chanting the glories of the Lord. Sometimes you may feel that, hey, how is it that he is surrounded by many women and he's enjoying? What he was enjoying was not the woman there. He was enjoying the glorification of Krishna. That is why Gapayan Harim Ishwaram. Harim Ishwaram. So by chanting the names of the Lord, he has been proved in many places that one is not contaminated by material condition. Pure devotee, in spite of he being among women, among money, he is not affected by it. Constantly, he was glorifying Krishna. Next. Ekadasa vimanena Ekadasa vimanena Vishnu dattena bhasvata Girisham dadarshe gachan Prati paritam siddhacharane Alingya Pryaspitam kritam devim Bahuna munisansadi Uvacha devya srimantya jahaso chaitadantike Ekadasa vimanena. One time it was so Ekada means one time, so Vimanena in that aeroplane, Vishnu Dattena Bhasvata, that Vimana was given by Vishnu himself to Chitraketu. What did he do? What did he say? Girisham Dadarshe Gatan. He saw Girisha. Who is Girisha? Lord Shiva. And he was surrounded by Siddhacharani. Yeah. Paritam Siddhacharanihi. He was surrounded by Siddhas and Charanas. They're also special category of demigods. What did he see along with them? Alingyam Kirtitam Devi. So he was embracing Parvati on his lap with his arms. And that to where? Bahuna Muni Samsadi. In the assembly of great sages, Munina. Bahuna Muni Samsadi. Many sages were there. Devya Shrinvantya Jahasochai Tadantike Chitraketu Jahasochai. He loudly he was laughing. Ah. And he was also speaking like this. Somebody will say, why is it so that Chitraketu laughed? Parvati. It is a plan of Krishna. Krishna was feeling separation from Chitraketu. He gave a lot of wealth with Bhakti. Gave him Lord. He wanted to bring him back to his home, back to Godhead. Lord was saying, hey, Chitraketu, what are you doing there? Come back to me. So for that sake, he thought of a plan. Let me make him Mritasura. And by making Mritasura by the curse of Parvati, and I'll make sure that he'll be killed by Indra. And in this way, I'll bring my devotee back to my Lord. So, Chitraketu laughing at Parvati, it is the will of the Lord. The Lord has his own ways of bringing his devotees back home, back to God. So he was thinking, now enough. Chitraketu is just singing there and surrounded with a woman, and okay, nice, fine, this is happening. But I want Chitraketu to come to my abode. I am feeling separation from Chitraketu, so he'll come to my abode. For that, I need that somebody has to kill him. How can I kill him anybody? So he has to become a devil. And so many purposes has to be established that how Indra has to be given back the throne. So all this whole episode is a plan of the Lord. How to bring a living entity Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So Chitraketu, he starts saying, Chitraketu Vacha. He starts speaking. That's how um, to Parvati and Shiva, loudly laughing. Chitraketu Vacha. Esharo Guru Sakshat Dharmam Vakta शरीरिणाम् आस्ते मुख्य सभायां वै मिथुनी भूय भार्यया.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
To everyone, you speak dharma to everyone. Dharmam vakta sharirinam. Aste mukhya sabhayam vai. Mithuni.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So you are dharmam vakta sharirinam. Aste mukhya sabhayam, and you're chief of the living entities. What are you doing? Mithuni bhuya bharyaya. In the midst of all this assembly, what are you doing? Embracing your wife and speaking Harikatha. What is this? Huh? So out of Sakya Rasa, he started speaking like this. धरस्ति व्रतप ब्रह्मवादी सभापति अंगीकृत्य स्त्रियं चास्ते गतक्ति प्राकृतो यथा. You are mad at her. Hmm? You are performing so many austerities. Tivra tapaha, jatadhara, you are tivra tapa, and Brahmavadi Sabhapati, and among all the Brahmavadis, you are Sabhapati. You are the leader of all the Brahmavadis. And Ankikritya Striyam Chaste, you have made your wife sit on your lap. Gatahri, Takrito Yatha, you are shameless. Gatahri, Hri means shame. Takrito Yatha, like an ordinary person, you are doing this thing. What is this? Takrito Yatha. So, Shiva is not a ordinary person. But one should not think that Chittaketu was offending Lord Shiva like Daksha. So you may say that Daksha also offended Lord Shiva. And here Chitraketu is also offending Lord Shiva. But it is not the same. Why it is not the same? Because Chitraketu had Sakya Rasa with Lord Shiva. Chitraketu had no enviousness of Lord in the heart Lord Shiva. There is a lot of difference between Chitraketu and Daksha. Daksha, he criticized Shiva out of enviousness. But here, among friends, Hasya Parihasa is quite allowed. So, to think that Chitraketu offended Lord Shiva by speaking like this, it is not. There is no offense in this regard because they had Sakya Rasa among themselves. Whereas Daksha he spoke out of great envy.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I want to ask one thing that whenever, as you said, the reason was that Maharaj Chitraketu did like this, was that Krishna, it was Krishna's plan, and uh, uh, he wanted to meet Maharaj Chitraketu. So, Prabhuji, in the whole, all the pastimes, in all the Bhagavatam, we see that whenever a devotee of Krishna gets suffering, it is actually a Krishna's plan, and and they get suffering. So and reason is that actually Krishna wanted his devotees to be glorified. So same here with the Chitraketu Maharaj.
Yeah, definitely. He wanted his devotee to be glorified. At the same time, he wanted to bring Chitraketu back to himself, back to Lord. So every time it happens, similar thing happens, but the principle is the Lord wants his devotees to come back to Lord as soon as possible. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Chitraketu was expressing his wonder. So you did not think that Chitraketu offended the expression of one's wonder. Then Sukha Uvacha, Sukadeva Goswami speaks. Bhagavanapi tat krutva prahasyagadhadirnipa pushnim babuva sadasi sabhyasya tadanuvrata. So now Sukadeva Goswami says Bhagavanapi tat krutva. Bhagavan, not Shiva. Api tat krutva. On hearing Chitraketu's statement, Shrutva, Bhagavan Shivaha, Bhagavan Api means a superful Shiva, whose knowledge is so deep. What did he do? Prahasya Gadadir Nipa Prahasya, he just smiled. And Tushnim, he became silent. And Sadasi, Sadhya, Tad Anuvrata, all those people in his Sabha, they all became Anuvrata, means whatever Lord Shiva did, similarly they also did the same thing. They did not, no, they did not say, hey, Lord Shiva is laughing. Chitraketu offended him, so we'll try to give sharper to these people, to Chitraketu. No, he did not think so. Oh, when Lord Shiva is silent, we will also be silent. Now the question arises here, that why Lord Shiva smiled? Lord Shiva smiled because he knew Chitraketu wants to establish. She was thinking he wants to establish the truth about my conduct to the world. And he is having deep knowledge. Because a deep knowledge, nobody can understand him. Actually, Chitraketu's intention was understood only by Lord Shiva. That is why he smiled. Chitraketu, when he spoke all these things, his intention was what? Shiva is the Supreme Lord. So, Lord Shiva is the Supreme Lord. Even though he performs which activities which are seemingly wrong, those ignorant of him criticize. For their offense will be destroyed, like Daksha. But today, if today I am established that he has power and proper conduct, it will be beneficial to the whole world. Vishnu benefits the entire world because he follows the proper conduct. So Shiva means auspicious. And no way that he can have any infamy. Not Shiva thought. I will not become angry at the harsh words because it is beneficial for the entire world. And Chitraketu is actually showing proper conduct to the entire world by outwardly criticizing me. Even assembly, all those people in assembly, they were great sages. They also remained silent because, and they did not become angry because they knew the intentions. Lord Shiva's intentions were very much known to him. Uh, the intention of Chitraketu was not to criticize Lord Shiva. The assembly knew this thing. On the other hand, he said, Bhagavan nindan shutva dussahan tatsavasada karno pidaya nirjagmuhu sapatnya chedipam rusha. When Chedi, Raja, the Shishupal, he started criticizing the Lord. So many people, they close their ears. And not only they close their ears, but they also, many people not only close their ears, they ran away. Some of them ran away. So when you hear a person criticizing Krishna or devotee of Krishna, you should know that either you should close your ears or you should run away or commit suicide, like that. But none of them did this thing because they knew the intention of Chitraketu was to establish proper conduct toward the world by outwardly criticizing Lord Shiva without having intention of criticizing Lord Shiva. Iti atadvitya vidushi bhuvane bhavashobhanam usha devi dristya nirjitam mabhimanine. Chitraketu iti ata dirya vidushi. Actually, Chitraketu knew the powers of Lord Shiva. But Parvati, she became angry. Rusha Devi Drishtya. Rusha means she became very angry. Devi became very angry, Drishtya, seeing that Chitraketu, he spoke so much with pride. Chitraketu was thinking, Acha, Chitraketu is thinking you have control over senses. And my husband doesn't have control over senses. Chitraketu did not know Shiva's power. Actually, these words are not auspicious because one should not give teachings to the Lord. She started thinking, I cannot accept, even though these words are beneficial, they do not criticize. But no way, I cannot accept this thing. No. Parvati became very angry because she did not know the intentions of Lord Shiva and the assembly. So she started thinking, I cannot accept these beneficial words because he does not criticize 1, 3, 4 times, but many times he's spoken like this. That means he has bad intentions. In this way, Parvati became very angry. So in that anger, what did Parvati do? Sri Parvatyuvacha Ayam kim maduna loke shashta dhanadha dhara prabhu sashta dandhadhara prabhu asmad vidhanam dushtanam nirlajjanam cha viprakre. Ayam kim aduna loke shashta dandhadhara prabhu. So Parvati said, you have become a big king, isn't it? Sashta Dandadara, your punisher, and your Prabhu, your master. And you, master, you are thinking that you are criminals. Nirlajjanam cha viprakrit. Nirlajjanam cha viprakrit. You think that we are shameless people here? What do you think of yourself? You think that I am shameless or what? We both are sitting like this in a shameless way. Now, she further says, you think that you are superior to us, and you are trying to benefit us by punishing us. So, then she further says, Naveda dharmam kilapadmayonir न ब्रह्मपुत्रा भृगुनारदाद्या न वै कुमारा कपिलो मनुश्च यन्यो सिद्ध्यन्त्यदि वर्तिनं हरम् न वेद, they don't know. Brahma doesn't know. Bhrugu doesn't know. Narada doesn't know. Kumaras don't know. Manu doesn't know. Kapila don't know. न वेद धर्मम किल पद्मयो निर न ब्रह्मपुत्र भृगु नारदादया न वै कुमारा न कपिलो मनुश्च येनो निषेध्यन्ति अतिवर्तिनं हरम् अतिवर्तिनं हरम्. They are also very afraid of stopping Lord Shiva from doing any activity. They don't know what is dharma. Only Lord Shiva knows what is dharma. And the speciality of Lord Shiva. And you have no idea. Big, big people, they respect my husband. Who are you now to disrespect? This kind of disrespect is not expected from you. Next. येषामनुध्येय पदाब्जयुग्मं जगद्गुरुं मङ्गलं स्वयं यच्छत्रबन्धो परिभूय सूरीं प्रसादिष्टा तदयं हि दण्डयः येषाम् अनुध्येय पदाब्जभूति. So this Chitraketu, who is he? He is a Kshatrabandhu, lowest of the Kshatriyas. Suppressing the Devatas, that is, Paribhuya Surim, what did he do? Jagadgurum Mangalam Swayam. Lord Shiva is Jagadguru. And the most auspicious person among auspicious things is the most auspicious person. To such an extent, Yesham Anudhyeya Padabja Yugbam. Many great demigods, they Anudhyeya, they meditate on the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. He's such a great personality. Yesham Anudhyeya Padabja Yugbam. And Prashasti Tad Ayam Hidandya. Chitraketu, you must be punished because you chastised the Guru of the entire world. You chastised the Lord Shiva, who is lotus feet are meditated by great devatas. Next. Mayam arhati vaikunta padamulopasarpanam sambhavita matistabdha sadvipayupasitam. Now, I am arhati vaikuntaha. This person is so puffed up. That is why he's not, he thinks that he's a great devotee. Thinking that he's a great devotee, actually is not qualified. Sambhavita mati stabda sanubhave paryupasitam. So now, he's not qualified for paryupasa of Vishnu. And all lotus feet of the Lord is worshipped by very great personalities. So he's such a low-class person because he offended Lord Shiva. Ataha, that is why. Papi yasim yonim, he should get a yoni. It is papiyasi. Papiyasi means very sinful, sinful birth. Asurim yahid durmate. You attain the Janma in a very low class family. Asurim there yidur durmate ate ateha bhuyato भूयतो ममताम भूयतो यथे यतेह भूयो महत् महताम न कर्ता पुत्र किल्बिषम. So you are envious, you are fool. You take birth in a very simple demoniac family, so that you will not commit offense again, bhuyaha, again towards exalted person in this world. Oh, she thought, Are, re, re, re. I have cursed the innocent devotee. She repents by saying, Oh, my dear son, my dear son. Putra, like Karta Putra Kilbisham. He says, Putra, re, 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 re. You are my son. I curse the innocent devotee. He says, My son. See, sometimes the mother, it so happens that she beats a misbehaving son with her own hand. And she has affection punished. That is the meaning. She acts as a mother should. Do not do it again. When the mother misbehaves uh, in someone else's house, she punishes the child and says, Uncontrollable child, oh, what is this? Do not do it again. Chitraketu was born as Uttasura, increases bhakti, prema to such an extent that we have seen in the previous chapters that how Uttasura was taken back to Godhead by 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 the Lord with a great plan. Then Sukadeva Goswami he further states, Sri Shuka Uvacha, Evam Shabatas Chitraketur Vimanad Avarohyaya Saha Prasadayamasa Sim Murnam Neva Murna Namrena Bharata. Namrena Bharata. And Sukadeva Goswami says, Parikshit Maharaj, oh Parikshit Maharaj, when Chitraketu was cursed by Parvati, what did he do? He came down from the airplane. And what do? What did he do? Murdha Namrena Bharata Satim. He went to Parvati and then he paid obeisances to her to please her. So he was interested in pleasing her. Let's say Parvati cursed Chitraketu, but Chitraketu, he did not have to because he did not offend, number one. Number two, he could have counteracted the curse by saying that, who are you to curse me? Get lost. She could have told that. But she did not do that. Or he did not do that. He went to her, Parvati, and then paid obeisances to her. Chitraketu Ruvacha. Chitraketu said, what did he say? Pratigrinnami te shapam atmanonjarinambike devai matya yada proktam purvadrishtam hitasyatat. Pratigrihnami te shapam atmano anjarin nambike. Ambike, my dear mother, I pay my obeisances, fold hands. Anjali means folding hands. Whatever you have said, whatever curse you have given to me, Pratigrinami te shapam. Te shapam means your shapa, your curse. Pratigrinhami means I accept it. I accept whatever shapa you give, I accept it. Actually, देवै मर्त्या यद प्रोक्तम पूर्वदृष्टम हि तस्य. This curse which I am getting is because of my sinful activity which I have performed in the past. It is actually Deva. The Devatas have ordained that this kind of curse should come to me. I accept the curse. There is no harm in accepting the curse. Actually, I have not done any offense, neither to you nor Shiva. And there is also no fault in you cursing me, though I am innocent. I am simply receiving my karma. To think that I offended Shiva and you, to think that you are cursing me because you felt bad, that is all immaterial. Actually, it is not. The truth is that I am receiving my karma. So this is how a devotee uh, uh, I am simply receiving my karma. So this is how devotee expresses humility. Though Chitraketu had no karma, but still he thinks it is my karma. Out of humility, he should accept it. Actually, however, the devotee who has developed prema has no trace of karma at all. But still, Chitraketu had actually developed prema. Out of humility, accepted. Oh, it's because of my karma I'm suffering like this. Actually, how can anybody control Krishna without having pure bhakti, without having prema? So Chitraketu, it is for sure that he was not under the control of karma. Because one who is under the control of karma, he cannot control Krishna. Actually, to Krishna wanted to show to the entire world that my devotee is not at all disturbed. He sees everything equally. Curse and blessing, Swarga and Naraka, liberation and bondage. He sees everything the same because he's only interested in doing bhakti. So Krishna was thinking, how long my devotee will be leader of Vidyadharas? I want Chitraketu to attain my abode. I want to install in Chitraketu the separation which I am experiencing from him, the same amount of separation Chitraketu should have for me. This is how the Lord wanted Chitraketu to come back to his world. In order to bestow the transcendental sweetness of direct service of Krishna in Vaikuntha, what happened is Parvati was inspired by whom? Sankarshana himself to curse out of affection as a father. This is how one should understand this whole prasanga. How can you derive this thing? Because of the result. The result is in the next life, Chitraketu became Tasura, and the bhakti which Tasura had, it shows that it is not just Parvati cursing and some reactions coming. It is not so. It is all the divine will of Krishna. Next, 18th verse. Samsara chakra etasmin jantur ajnana mohita ramyam sukam cha dukkham cha bhunte sarva bhunte sarvatra sarvada. Hmm. So now samsara chakra tasmin jantur jnana mohita. Deluded by ignorance, ajnana mohita. The living entity wanders in samsara chakra tasmin. How sukam dukkam cha brahmyan, by he is doing brahman of samsara. Sometimes sukha, sometimes dukkha. Unte sarvatra sarvada, and this place not only is one place, every place, sarvada, and sarvatra, every place, sarvada, always. This is the nature of the samsara. Now, naimatmana naparaschapi karta syat sukha dukkhayo kartaram manyate sagya atmanam paramam atmanam paramevacha. So, naimatmana naparaschapi. In the material world, neither the living entity nor others are the cause of material happiness and distress. But because of ignorance, kartaram manyate atranja atrajna, because of ignorance, the living entity thinks that he and others are the cause. Oh, I am the cause of his problem. This person is the cause of the problem. No, the cause of the problem is our karma and nothing else. Guna pravaha etasmit kaha shapa ko no anugraha kaha swargo naraka kova kim sukam dukkam evava. Guna pravaha etasmin. Pravaha. There is a flow of gunas. Satvarajastama. The world is compared to the flow of gunas, flow of three modes of nature. In this river of the modes of nature, uh, what is a curse and what is a blessing? Tell me. Somebody is just flowing in the river, being carried away by the flow of the river. And then somebody says, oh, eat this rasgulla. Somebody says, you idiot. Now tell me, what is the difference? It has no difference. It doesn't make any difference because you are being dragged in the ocean of samsara. Uh, Now, what is Swarga? What is Naraka? Kaha Swargo? Naraka Kaha? What is happiness? What is sorrow? Because we are experiencing the greatest sorrow in the form of being drowned in the ocean of existence. And also the greatest sorrow of separation from Krishna. In that, how can anybody curse? How can anybody give any blessing? Yeah. So, all the happiness and distress which comes in one's life should be accepted as one's karma. Hmm? Uh, Actually, for example, you have a huge quantity of salt. Hmm. You're eating something, and somebody has put maybe in dal, they have put about 200 grams of salt. Hmm. Then what happens? It will become very salty. To reduce the salt, you put sugar. What will happen? The sugar will also become salty, isn't it? So whatever falls in the samsara sagara becomes samsara only. Hmm. So to make distinction between happiness and distress is foolishness. As long as one is in the river of samsara, everything is actually misery only. It's all samsara is dukkhalaya. So curse, blessing are all suffering as long as we are in this world. So somebody may say Chitraketu was suffering because of curse. No, no, his suffering is separation from Krishna. Hmm. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, what is the actual Vidyadharas do? Uh, Vidyadharas are
They are
the
singers.
sing.
Gandharvas and Vidyadharas, they are great singers. And they look very beautiful. Very. powerful personalities.
So, Prabhuji, can it be like whenever Krishna wants, because of course, so he can, because all the demigods are Krishna's devotees actually, they are just doing the service. So, whenever Krishna wants, they can call anybody.
Ah, yes, 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 definitely. Hare bol.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji, thank
Gandharva, Vidya, Vidyadhara, Charana, Purush, they're all different categories of the demigods. Commander, actually, in one sense, if you see, they're all the 4 lakh human species of life. Uh, Only about few of them they are visible in this planet, in this earthly planet. Whereas many of them they are in the uh, higher planetary systems. There are different levels of demigods there. Okay, that's called bhakti. What is bhakti? To see everything as a result of karma, both curse as well as blessing, both are same, as long as one is in samsara. Okay, next. Ye kashrajati bhutani, 21st verse. Bhagavan atmamaya yesham bandham cha moksham cha sukam dukkam cha nishkala. Ye kashrajati bhutani. Bhagavan atmamaya. Esham bandham cha moksham cha sukam dukkham na nishkalaha. Actually, that one Lord, he is unaffected. He is a person who is unaffected by Maya. He creates the living entities. It is he who binds them. It is he who gives liberation to them. It is he who gives happiness to them. He is he who gives distress to them. Hmm? And somebody may ask, hey, how did the living entity come into the river of Maya, Gunas? Who can deliver him? Yes, the Lord does this thing by his Maya. Uh, by Rajaguna he creates, by Sattva he maintains, Tamaguna he destroys. And by Vaidya he creates bondage, by Vidya he gives liberation. By Sattva he gives happiness, by Tamas he gives suffering. In this way, all these things were actually done by the energy of Krishna. This Krishna's energy, Maya, through which one he creates, maintains, and destroys this world. And Maya has with the potency of Vidya, bondage happens. Maya has potency of Vidya, liberation happens. And because of Rajaguna, Sattva there is a sense of happiness. And Tamoguna creates suffering. Rajaguna gives a sense of suffering and happiness, suffering and happiness mixture of these two things. It's all done by the modes of nature, by energy of Krishna, Maya of Krishna. न तस्य कश्चिद्दैत प्रतीतो न तस्य कश्चिद्दैत प्रतीतो न ज्ञाति बन्धुर्न परो न च स्वः समास्य सर्वत्र निरञ्जनस्य सुखेन रागाय कुत एव रोषः न तस्य किञ्चित् द्वैतः प्रतीतो न ज्ञाति संसार सर्वत्र निरञ्जनस्य सुखे च रागा कुत एव रोषा. But Lord Krishna, he is uncontaminated by Maya. He is equal in all circumstances. And neither he has anybody to favor, na daitaha, na paritoha. He is anybody who is envious of. Yes. And he has no bandhu, na paro, no relative by parent relationship. Nacha swaha. He doesn't consider anybody to be his own. Samasya sarvatra niranjanasya is equal to everyone. And no person he considers his own is not attached to any happiness or distress. Oh. And what is the question of kuta eva saroshaha? However, what is the question of he showing some anger? So somebody may say, okay, some living entity is very rich, somebody is very poor. That means the Lord, he likes one, he favors one living entity and he hates other. No, bondage, liberation, happiness is not because of Lord's partiality. He is impartial. He doesn't have neither favorite nor his enemies. Because he is equal to everyone. He is not affected by Maya. He has no attachment to the material happiness. Uh, then, if that is the case, where is the question of any anger in him? Unread. Third. तथापि तच्चक्ति विसर्ग येषाम् सुखाय दुःखाय हिताय बन्धाय मोक्षाय च मृत्युजन्मयो जन्मनो शरीरिणां संश्रुते संशये व्यकल्पये कल्पते वकल्पते ओके तथापि तच्छक्ति विसर्ग येषाम् सुखाय दुःखाय हिताय च सुखाय दुःखाय हिताय बंधाय मोक्षाय च मृत्युजन्तयोः शरीरिणां संश्रित्ये वकल्पये. Now, what is this happiness? What is this distress? What is this sukha, dukkha, hita, fortune? Bandhaya, moksha. What is bandha? What is bondage? What is liberation? Mrityu, janma. What is all these things? If the Lord is equal for everyone, then how okay is that somebody is bound, somebody is liberated, somebody is happy, somebody is miserable? What is the reason for this thing? It's very simple. The reason is simple. What is that? These are all nothing but transformation of the energy of Krishna, transformation of Maya Shakti. Even though Tatapi, 23rd verse is Tatapi, even though the Lord is Natastikastitaita Preto, Najanti Bandur Naparo Naswaha, there's nobody enemy to him, there's nobody friend to him. But still, Tatapi, Tatshakti Visarga Yesham. Tatshakti Visarga Yesham, Sukaya Dukkaya Hitaya. Sukaya Dukkaya Hitaya. So it is actually Sukhaya, Dukkhaya, Hitaya. All these things are what? They are all nothing but the transformation of Tat Shakti Visarga Yesham. transformation of Tat Shakti, the energy of Krishna. The question is this thing: if the Lord is equal to everyone, somebody is happy, somebody is miserable. Why is it so? Even though he is equal, but there is transformation, Maya Shakti, because of karma, which is beginningless. Somebody becomes happy, somebody becomes miserable. So even though the Lord creates happiness and distress, the Maya Shakti belongs to him, and he is though have no partiality. In the same way, when the Lord energy creates happiness and distress, his Maya Shakti belongs to him. It is that sense he shows equality. Hmm. Okay. Read the purport, 23rd. Very interesting. Somebody can read the purport, 23rd verse.
Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate doer of everything in his original transcendental existence, he is not responsible for the happiness and distress or bondage and liberation of the conditioned souls. These are due to the results of the fruitive activities of the living entities within this material world. By the order of a judge, one person is released from jail and another is imprisoned. But the judge is not responsible for the distress and happiness of these different people, is due to their own activities. Although the government is ultimately the supreme authority, the justice is administered by the departments of the government, and the government is not responsible for the individual judgments. Therefore, the government is equal to all the citizens. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is neutral to everyone. But for the maintenance of law and order, his supreme government has various departments which control the activities of the living entities. Another example given in this regard is that lilies open or close because of the sunshine, and thus the bumblebees enjoy or suffer. But the sunshine and the sun globe are not responsible for the happiness and distress of the bumblebees.
Okay. 24th. अथ प्रसादयेन त्वं शापमोक्षाय भामिनि यन्मन्यसे हि असाधुक्तं मम तत् क्षम्यतां सति. Oh, person who is very angry, Atha. I do not please you to get free from curse. He goes and tells, I am not begging you so that I will be freed from my curse. Hmm? Shapa mokshaya bhamini. I have not come here first. Shapa mokshaya bhamini. Hmm. Oh bhamini, oh chaste lady, yan manyase hi asaduktam. Whatever asaduktam I have done, mamata kshamyatam sati. Please forgive me for what I consider to be unkind words. So you actually I have not spoken any unkind words, but if you feel these are unkind words, then kshamyatam, please forgive me. Hmm? This free me from this. I'm not coming to so that you can free me from the curse. Actually, he became very angry without even actually realizing what is the fact. Then she may ask, why are you pleasing me then? And just pleasing you came to you, provisions is you, because I have used improper words to you. Please forgive me. You are cursed. For that, I had no distress for that. See, I don't think that I come to beg you so that you can withdraw the curse. Please do not withdraw the curse. I came to beg forgiveness because you have been offended by me. Then Sukadeva Goswami, he further says, Iti prasadya girisho chitraketur arindama jagama swavimanena pashyato samshato tas. Iti prasadya girisho. Sukadeva Goswami says to Parikshit Maharaj, Arindama, subduer of enemies. When Chitraketu satisfied Lord Shiva and Parvati, iti prasada girisho Chitraketu Arindama, both they classified. What did he do? Jagama Swavimanena. He got onto his own Vimana, airplane, and left. Pasyato Samyato Tayo. When everybody looking at him, he went onto the platform or on the airplane. Jagama Swavimanena. Everybody looking, oh, in great astonishment. And he just left. Chitraketu satisfied Shiva and Parvati and left. Then Lord Shiva, he speaks to Parvati. Tatastu Bhagavan Rudro Rudranim idam abravit. Lord Shiva, he speaks to Rudranim, means he speaks to Parvati. What did she speak? What did he speak to her? Devarashiraitya Siddharam Parshadam Asdanam Tatastu Bhagavan Rudro. Rudrina is a breed. Rudra, Lord Shiva spoke to Rudrina. That means she spoke to Parvati. And in that Sabha, who were there? Devarshi Narada was there. Daityas, Devans were there. Siddhas were there. Parshadaram, his associates were there. Parshadaram, Srinutam. They are all hearing when Lord Shiva was speaking to Parvati. Shri Rudra Uvacha. Drishtvatyasi sushroni Hareradbhuta karmanaha Mahatmyam Mrityanam Drishtva Asi Shushurmi. One who has a beautiful face, my dear Parvati. Now you have seen Adrishtva? Have you seen Asi? Shushurni Hare Adbhuta Karmanaha. Those who are devotees of Krishna, you have seen how much they have no material desires at all. Mahatyam Vrittya Vrittyanam, the greatness of the servant of the servants of the Lord, who possesses astonishing powers, Adbhuta Karmanam. Now, Parvati, you saw how great these devotees are, how wonderful these devotees are. The greatness of the devotees have been shown by Chitraketu here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I want to ask that here Lord Shiva is वो संबोध कर रहे हैं पार्वती को ओ ब्यूटीफुल पार्वती so does it mean like he also knows the Lord's plan? Lord Shiva also knows that, so he's not angry on Parvati and he's calling like this, or does it the way he calls?
Yeah, because wife can be addressed anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you 27 purport?
Mataji, would you like to read?
Read the purport. Very beautiful purport.
Lord Shiva, the husband of Parvati, told his wife, my dear Parvati, you are very beautiful in your bodily features. Certainly, you are glorious, but I don't think that you can compete with beauty and glory of
Bhakti have ah,
with the beauty and
Kanya,
deities who have become servants of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of course, Lord Shiva smiled when he joked with his wife in this way, for others cannot speak like that. The Lord Shiva, the Supreme Lord Shiva continued, is always exalted in his activities. The Supreme Lord, Shiva continued, the Supreme Lord is always exalted in his activities, and here is another example of his wonderful influence upon King Chitraketu, his devotee. Just see, although you curse the king, he was not at all afraid or sorry. Rather, he offered respect to you, called you mother, and accepted your curse, thinking himself faulty. He did not say anything in retaliation. This is the excellence of the devotee. By mildly tolerating your curse, he has certainly excelled the glory of your beauty and your power to curse him. I can impartially judge that this devotee, Chitraketu, has defeated you and your excellence simply by becoming a pure devotee of the Lord. As stated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Tarorapi Sahishnuna. Just like a tree, a devotee can tolerate all kinds of curses and reversals in life. This is the excellence of a devotee. Indirectly, Lord Shiva forbade Parvati to commit the mistake of cursing a devotee like Chitraketu. He indicated that although she was powerful, the king, without showing any power, has excelled her power by his tolerance. Thank you.
so the greatest power is tolerance. So Parvati, she was very powerful, she cursed. Now Shiva says, oh, you are so beautiful. Hmm? You are very beautiful, but you don't have bhakti. You don't have vairagya. You are great in beauty, but not in bhakti. That is why, oh, you are so intelligent. Hmm. But it shows that you are very intelligent, but your bhakti is not great. You are great intelligence, but not great bhakti. In the same way here, he says, you are very beautiful, you are great in bhakti, you are great in beauty, not bhakti. Just now I saw how Chitraketu's act was so in such a way that you got offended and you cursed him. But he has shown what a great devotee means. He could have counter cursed you. He had the power to do that. But he remained indifferent. Mahatmanam nisprihanam mahatmanam. Nisprihanam. Mahatmas, the great devotee of the Lord, they are nispriha. They are no spriha. Because the curse what you have given out of anger unto him did not cause even a slightest trace of unhappiness to him. And that curse became actually powerless because it did not cause any unhappiness to him. Your curse became useless. See, understand, don't treat the devotees like this from this day onwards. From this, I am giving you a lesson, Parvati. By cursing devotees, you lose the power because your curse has no effect on them because they don't accept this curse to be something very important. Then comes a very important words, very wonderful words. Narayana para sarve nakutaschana vidhyati svargapavarganarkeshu api tulyartha darshinaha. Narayana paraspara sarve. All those devotees of Narayana, uh, they are not afraid of any condition of life, whether it's Swarga, heavenly planets, whether it's Apavarga, liberation, or Naraka, they see everything same. What is the reason for the devotee's greatness? They are fixed in Narayana Para. That is the only reason. For them, Swarga, Naraka, hell, everything is equal because they are all tasteless. So they do not have happiness. They don't take happiness or misery from this world because they're always engrossed in bhakti. So please read the purport for these very important words, Narayana Parastarve, and then we'll take a small break of 15 minutes. Please read the purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, only purport or translation also?
Yeah, already in translation, so you can read the purport.
Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. Purport. Parvati might naturally have inquired how devotees become so exalted. Therefore, this verse explains that they are Narayana Para, simply dependent on Narayan. They do not mind reverses in life because in the service of Narayan, they have learned to tolerate whatever hardships there may be. They do not care whether they are in heaven or in hell. They simply engage in the service of the Lord. This is their excellence. Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam. They are liberally engaged in the service of the Lord, and therefore they are excellent. By using the word Bhritya Nam, Lord Shiva pointed out that although Chitraketu provided one example of tolerance and excellence, all the devotees who have taken shelter of the Lord as eternal servants are glorious. They have no eagerness to be happy by being placed in the heavenly planets, becoming liberated, or becoming one with Brahm, the supreme effulgence. These benefits do not appeal to their minds. They are simply interested in giving direct service to the Lord. Thank you.
So we'll just take a 15 minutes break and we'll be back at 11:45, 11:47 rather. Okay? 15 minutes break. We'll be back. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. 29th verse onwards. Dehinam deha samyogat dvandvasinashvara leelaya ishvara leelaya sukam dukkam mritirjanma shapo nugraha evacha. Sukam dukkam, happiness and distress. Janma mrityu, birth and death. And then deha samyogat Dandvana Ishvara Leelaya, Mritir Janma, Shapo Anugraha, that is curse and favor, are all products of the combination of Jiva with the body through Maya. Dehinam Deha Samyoga. This duality is because of the connection of the Jiva, or the Jiva thinking that I'm the body. If one is not surrendered to Narayana, what happens? By Maya, uh, uh, he thinks that I am the body. When he thinks I am the body, then he's caught up in these dualities. The only way one can get out of these dualities is to surrender to Krishna. Okay. 29. Please read the purport.
In Bhagavad Gita, we find Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. The material world works under the direction of the goddess Durga, the material energy of the Lord, but she acts under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in the Brahm Samhita 5.44. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shaktir Eka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Bhibarti Durga. Durga, the goddess Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, is extremely powerful. She can create, maintain, and annihilate any number of universes by her sweet will, but she acts under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, not independently. Krishna is impartial, but because this is the material world of duality, such relative terms as happiness and distress, curses and favors are created by the will of the Supreme. Those who are not Narayanapara, pure devotees, must be disturbed by this duality of the material world, whereas devotees who are simply attached to the service of the Lord are not at all disturbed by it. For example, Haridas Thakur was beaten with cane in 22 bazaars, but he was never disturbed. Instead, he smilingly tolerated the beating. Despite the disturbing dualities of the material world, devotees are not disturbed at all because they fix their minds on the lotus feet of the Lord and concentrate on the holy name of the Lord. They do not feel the so called pains and pleasures caused by the dualities of this material world.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, one thing I want to ask that all the we are talking about Parvati is also Parvati. Can you please help me tell that from Radharani, all the goddess are coming like Durga, Parvati, and all. And can you please tell Prabhuji this?
Yeah. Ultimately, it is Radharani. From Radharani comes Rukmini. From Rukmini, you have Sita. From Sita, you have Lakshmi. From Lakshmi, you have unlimited Lakshmis. And one Lakshmi, she takes the form of Durga. So the chaya of Lakshmi, she is Durga, the shadow of Lakshmi. So that is how the expansion happened. That is why she's been described as Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayaiva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti. Shadow potency of Krishna is, is Durga. They are all energy of Krishna. As much as Krishna is one, at the same time has many forms, and the same way Krishna's potency, Radharani is one, takes many forms. From the material point of view, when Krishna takes the form of Lord Shiva, in combination with the modes of nature, Lakshmi Devi, she takes the form of Durga. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Prabhuji, please forgive me. This question always come to my mind that as Krishna has her gopis, Balramji has, oh sorry, Krishna has his gopis, Balramji has his gopis. So like you are saying that when Krishna takes, Shiva is not a material. Uh, so when Krishna takes comes as Shiva, so there is a Parvati. So how to understand that Balramji's gopis?
Yeah, like Krishna expands his Balram. In the same way, the gopis of Krishna, Radharani, and other gopis, they expand as Balram's gopis.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now a sleeping person is there. Sometimes he thinks I'm eating food. Oh, my son has died. Tiger is died. Tiger is coming in front of, behind me. Hmm? So in the same way, a person is waking also thinks that, oh, I'm happy, I'm distressed. So in this way, it is described that how happiness and distress in this world is like a dream. 30th verse. अविवेककृतपुंसो हि अर्थवेद इवात्मनि गुणदोषविकल्पश्च विद्येव सजीवकृतः अविवेककृतपुंसो because of aviveka means because of having false identification he arthaveda ivatmani he identifies arthaveda ivatmani he makes false identification gunadosha vikalpascha he thinks guna to be dosha dosha to be guna vidyeva sajiva kritaha like mistaking garland for a rope. In this way, all these things are because of false identification. Next, 31st. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhaktim Udvahatam Nrinam Jnana Vairagya Viryanam Nahi Kaschid Tyapashrayah. Bhaktim Vasudeve Bhagavati, a person who has bhakti to Vasudeva, and Jnana Vairagya Viryanam, also endowed with Jnana and Vairagya. Nahi Kaschid Vyapashrayaha, he will not take shelter anywhere else. So once you realize that it is only shelter of Vasudeva which is going to give me relief from all kinds of miseries, all kinds of dualities, then he just pursues bhakti and nothing else. That is the nature of devotee. That is the nature of devotee. So Chittaketu is not interested in anything else because he is very much fixed up in his devotion. Now, 32. Aham virincho na kumara narado na brahmaputro munayas suresha nidamayasyehitam amshaka amshaka न तत्स्वरूपं पृथगीशमानिनः नाहं neither I nor Brahma nor Kumaras nor Narada nor great sages sons of Brahma nor great devatas Suresha devatas and they are all who are they are all Munes Sureshaha Vidama Yasyeham Amshakamshakaha they are the portion of the Lord. And they are Vidama, yes, ye, them, who are considered to be very great controllers. Even they, Natat Surupam Pratagishamaninaha. Because of Pratagishamaninaha, because they consider themselves to be independent controllers, even they cannot understand the nature of Krishna. It is very difficult for them to understand the nature of Krishna. So read the purport.
Prabhuji, one word can be said that Lord Brahma, Prabhupada is translating Virinchaha, Lord Brahma. Why Brahmaji is called Virinchaha?
This is a question which I have not found an answer till now. Many people are asking this question. I try to find out. Virinchi, where did Virinchi? Why is he called Virinchi? But even I'm not able to find out. Try to find out and see. Let you know. Okay.
Perfect. Brahma Samhita 5.33 states, Advaitam Achyutam Anadyananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Dullabham Adullabham Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, who is the original person. He is absolute, infallible, and beginningless. And although expanded into unlimited forms, he is still the same original person, the oldest person, who always appears as a fresh youth. The eternal, blissful, and all knowing forms of the Lord cannot be understood even by the best Vedic scholars, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. Lord Shiva places himself as one of the non devotees who cannot understand the identity of the Supreme Lord. The Lord, being Ananta, has an unlimited number of forms. Therefore, how is it possible for an ordinary, common man to understand him? Lord Shiva, of course, is above the ordinary human beings, yet he is unable to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is not among the ordinary living entities, nor is he in the category of Lord Vishnu. He is between Lord Vishnu and the common living entity.
Okay, next. नैह्यस्यास्ति प्रिय कश्चन न प्रिया स्ववरोऽपि वा आत्मत्वात् सर्वभूतानां सर्वभूतप्रियो हरिः नैह्यस्यास्ति प्रियः he doesn't have anybody who is dear or priyah na apriyah swaparo hi va neither he has anybody hostility towards anyone apriya na swa na paraha he neither has his own relative nor he has somebody separate from him na paraha atmavat sarvabhutanam he is the soul of all living entities sarvabhuta priyo harihi he is affectionate to have it. Very interesting. See, you don't have attachment for anyone, but you have affection for everyone. Lot of difference between having attachment and having affection. You have affection for everyone, no problem. Attachment is a problem. The Krishna, he has no attachment for everyone, but he has affection for everyone. That is why, see, Priyo Harihi. Nahi asyasti priyaha kaschin. Sarvabhuta Priyo Hari. Contradiction is there. Okay. So he has affection for everyone. Here, this is the nature of the Lord. The Lord has affection for everyone. Still, he fears no one, hates no one. So it is a cause of difference in treatment, Maya. Therefore, one should know the nature of Maya. Read the purport.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his second feature, is the super soul of all living entities. As one self is extremely dear, the super self of the self is still more dear. No one can be the enemy of this friendly super self, who is equal to everyone. Relationships of dearness or enmity between the Supreme Lord and the living beings are due to the intervention of the illusory energy, because the three modes of material nature intervene between the Lord and the living entities. These different relationships appear. Actually, the living entity in his pure condition is always very near and dear to the Lord, and the Lord is dear to him. There is no question of partiality or enmity.
Okay. तस्य चायं महाभागश्चित्रकेतुप्रियो नग प्रियो नग सर्वत्र समदृक्शान्तो सर्वत्र समदृक्शान्तो हि अहं चैवाच्युतप्रियः तस्मान्न विस्मयकार्यः पुरुषेषु महापुरुष भक्तेषु शान्तेषु समदर्शिषु. So this Chitraketu was very fortunate. Mahabhaga, tasya sa ayam Mahabhaga. He is very fortunate. Chitraketu, Priyonaga, he is a dear follower of the Lord. Sarvad Samadrik Shantaha, he sees everybody equal and is very peaceful. Shantaha. He Aham Chaiva Achyuta Priyaha. He is very dear to Achyuta, Narayana. And then Tasmanna Vishmaya Karyaha. There is nothing in this world which can astonish him. No one should be astonished by seeing this actually, because why? Mahapurusha Bhakteshu, Purusheshu, Mahatmasu, those who are Mahatmas. Mahapurusha Bhakteshu, they are all devotees. Shanteshu, Samadarshishu, they are all very peaceful and they are Samadarshi. So there is nothing of astonishment in Chitraketu because he is a devotee. All these divine qualities are naturally found in a devotee. Like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu Name Deshostina Priyaha. Actually, whatever qualities are found in Krishna, they are found in Chitraketu, in the devotees. Chitraketu is equal for all. Though Chitraketu is equal for all, the cause of being dear to the Lord is the fact that he is devotee, Anugaha. Because he is a devotee, because I am a devotee, I am also dear to Krishna. Therefore, we have friendship with each other. Now, Lord Shiva is telling, just see, I am a devotee of Krishna, and Chitraketu is also a devotee of Krishna. And in this way, we have friendship. And since we have friendship, heart words we uttered only nourish the happiness and friendship. You unnecessarily become angry. I'm a devotee of Krishna, is devotee of Krishna. Some Sakya Rasa was there, and then now you just became angry. In truth, this is the fact. Chitraketu, you show yourself to be detached through your bhakti, but you enjoy with woman. You see? You are pure devotee, detached, but you show that you enjoy with women, jadaras in private places. You are deceptive. I also show myself.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yeah.
You are able to hear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Now, Prabhuji, can I, Prabhuji, in the last verse, it was written, actually, the living entities in his pure condition is always very near and dear to the Lord. So there is a condition in his pure condition. So, uh, so how to understand this, Prabhuji? Because right now I'm conditioned. So does it mean that Krishna uh, doesn't love me?
Krishna.
It is written the living entity in his pure condition is always very near and dear to the Lord.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, am I audible? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please speak.
Yes, Prabhuji, in the last verse, it was written actually the living entity in his pure condition is always very near and dear to the Lord. So it is written that in his pure condition. So does it mean like the 1/4 population of the whole souls are in material world? So Krishna doesn't love them because we are in a condition, we are conditioned. Few are not. So how to understand this sentence in his pure condition?
Okay. The meaning of pure condition. Pure condition means whether in this world or in the spiritual world, when somebody's consciousness is pure. Pure consciousness being pure means identity being pure. Identity being pure means considering oneself as servant of Krishna. If you're 24 hours in the consciousness of being servant of Krishna, that is called pure. Got it?
Yes, Suji, thank you.
Okay. So now, Lord Shiva is explaining to her. See, Chitraketu is my friend. Harsh words he uttered only nourished the happiness of friendship. Like two friends are sitting together and then say some harsh words they say, but that nourishes their friendship. Masti, mazak. Hmm. Then they two friends sit together and then hey, hey, pagal kahin ka. They say, but that is going to increase their friendship. Hasya parihasana, sakya rasa vardhanam, tadana bhayam, vatsalya rasa vardhanam. Boy saying, oh, mummy maregi mujhe. That increases. Mother getting angry on the son increases the vatsal rasa, tadana bhaya. Fear of mother scolding and beating increases the vatsalya. The same way, hasya parihasa, masti mazak. That increases sakya rasa. And we both are friends, being servants of the Supreme Lord. And you unnecessarily took a big offense and you became angry. Hmm? Chitraketu, you did not become angry on him. If he had not interrupted us by great anger words and bad taste, he would have not been cursed in this way. In this way, he scolds Parvati on the face. Uh, the difference between me and Chitraketu is like this. Chitraketu shows to be detached to pure bhakti, but enjoys with women in private places. I also show myself to be controlled by women, also act deceptively. So let the whole assembly witness our friendship, of inner friendship. In this way, we exchange joking words. By speaking so, Lord Shiva is calling Parvati. Then Parvati says, "Oh, you Shiva, you Lord, you are a great devotee, and you have friendship with such a fallen Kshatriya, who now ascends the path of bhakti. Oh, I offer respect to you." I'm so astonished about this greatness of Chitraketu. Lord Shiva says, don't be so astonished about the activities of devotees of the Lord. They are peaceful and equal to everyone. In this way, Lord Shiva lovingly chastises Parvati for cursing Chitraketu. Please read the purport. 34-35.
It said, Vaishnavera Kirya Mudra Vidyana Bhujai. One should not be astonished to see the activities of all exalted, liberated Vaishnavas. As one should not be misled by the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one should also not be misled by the activities of his devotees. But the Lord and his devotees are liberated. They are on the same platform. The only difference being that the Lord is the master and the devotees are servants. Qualitatively, they are one and the same. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.29, the Lord says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dishtosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai teteshu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. From this statement by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is clear that the devotees of the Lord are always extremely dear to him. In effect, Lord Shiva told Parvati, both Chitraketu and I are always very dear to the Supreme Lord. In other words, both he and I are on the same level as servants of the Lord. We are always friends, and sometimes we enjoy joking words between us. When Chitraketu loudly laughed at my behavior, he did so on friendly terms, and therefore there was no reason to curse him. Thus, Lord Shiva tried to convince his wife Parvati that her cursing of Chitraketu was not very sensible. Here is a difference between male and female that exists even in the higher statuses of life. In fact, even between Lord Shiva and his wife. Lord Shiva could understand Chitraketu very nicely, but Parvati could not. Thus, even in the highest statuses of life, there is a difference between the understanding of a male and that of a female. It may be clearly said that the understanding of a woman is always inferior to the understanding of a man. In the Western countries, there is a now agitation to the effect that man and woman should be considered equal. But from this verse, it appears that woman is always less intelligent than man. It is clear that Chitraketu wanted to criticize the behavior of his friend Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva was sitting with his wife on his lap. Then too, Lord Shiva wanted to criticize Chitraketu for externally posing as a great devotee but being interested in enjoying with the Vidyadhari woman. These were all friendly jokes. There was nothing serious for which Chitraketu should have been cursed by Parvati. Upon hearing the instruction of Lord Shiva, Parvati must have been very much ashamed for cursing Chitraketu to become a demon. Mother Parvati could not appreciate Chitraketu's position and therefore she cursed him. But when she understood the instruction of Lord Shiva, she was ashamed. Prabhuji, one thing like you said twice, like you were explaining also that Chitraketu Maharaj was enjoying with Vidyadhari woman. So I want to understand that as we read in the previous chapter, he's a pure devotee and his prayers also like so how to understand like this thing and he then he after the demon body he went to of course he went to Krishna back to Godhead, but how to understand this thing that he was enjoying just like is it okay in the higher planets?
Chitraketu is a pure devotee of the Lord because as the leader of the Vidyadharas, he was acting like Vidyadhara. And his enjoyment with the woman was only external and that would not affect his bhakti. And his bhakti is shown because he was undisturbed when he was cursed by Parvati. That is what Lord Shiva is telling here. Even Lord Shiva says that Chitraketu and we both are friends. Chitraketu show yourself. Chitraketu showed is a pure devotee, but at the same time he would enjoy it. That is a deceptive nature. And here Lord Shiva says, I show myself to be controlled by woman, act deceptively. Chitraketu showed bhakti, Lord Shiva hid the mental enjoyment. That is the difference. Chitraketu shows bhakti and enjoys. And Lord Shiva showed enjoyment and hid bhakti. So in this way, both are devotees. And both are enjoying, and both of their enjoyment is not affecting their bhakti. So that is what Lord Shiva tells Parvati. And we both were doing hasya parihasa. Hasya parihasa means what? Loving exchanges. So in this way, both are in one sense very deceptive. So each one is talking about the deceptive nature. But at the same time, both of them, their bhakti is so exalted that their enjoyment is not affecting their bhakti. So that's the whole argument which Lord Shiva is giving. That I show a face of an enjoyer, hiding my bhakti. He shows bhakti, hiding the face of being an enjoyer. And in this way, we have special relationship of being friends with each other. We are exchange of joking. Like just imagine, Lord Shiva is keeping Parvati on the lap and speaking Bhagavatam. And he's hugging Parvati. But his mind is not at all disturbed in any way. Like you know the story of Ramananda Rai?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Yes,
Huh?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Same, similar here also.
Thank you.
Okay. Shri Sukha Uvacha, Sukadeva Goswami says, Iti Shrutva Bhagavatah Shivasyomaභihasitam Abhuva Shantadirvajan Devi Vigata Vishmaya. Sukadeva Goswami says, Iti Shrutva, after hearing from Lord Shiva, who is her husband, Parvati, she gave up her astonishment. Babhuva Shantadi Rajan Devi Vigata Vishmaya. Became very peaceful in her interaction. Shantadi. She became very astonished and really ashamed. What did I do? What did I do? That was her situation. Shantadihi. Swiya Purva Sabhava Spritya. And Parvati remembered her former behavior in cursing Chitraketu. She became very much ashamed and covered her face with the sari. Iti Bhagavato Devya Pradeshaptum Alantamaha Murdhasa Jagrihe Shapam Etavat Lakshanam. Pratishaptum Alantamaha. Chitraketu was in a position of Pratishaptum, counter the curse, written curse. But still, Chitraketu accepted the curse on his head. Murdhna sa jagrihe shapam. He accepted shapa on his head. Jagrihe shapam. Etavat sadhu lakshanam. Such is the nature of a devotee. Don't think Chitraketu had bigger power, less power. Because he's just a new devotee. No, he's a great devotee. Explained in these words. He was having the power to counteract the curse of Parvati. Still in that. Read the purport.
Upon being informed by Lord Shiva, Mother Parvati could understand that she was wrong in cursing Chitraketu. King Chitraketu was so exalted in his character that in spite of being wrongly cursed by Parvati, he immediately descended from his airplane and bowed his head before the mother, accepting her curse. This has already been explained. Narayana parha sarve na kutaschana vibhyati. Chitraketu was spottingly felt that since the mother wanted to curse him, he could accept this curse just to please her. This is called sadhu lakshana, the characteristics of sadhu or a devotee. As explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sunadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna. A devotee should always be very humble and meek and should offer all respect to others, especially to superiors. Being protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a devotee is always powerful, but a devotee does not wish to show his has some power. He wants to use it for sense gratification. This is not the behavior of a devotee.
Yeah. So he doesn't want to show that I'm so powerful and this and that, like that. Okay. Etat sadhu lakshanam. This is the lakshana of a sadhu. Jajñe tvastu dakshinangam danavim yorimashrita vita iti abhi vikyato jnana vijnana samyutaha. Same Chitraketu, because we cursed, Jne tvastur dakshinagno. Dakshinagno, southern fire, appeared from the southern fire, Dakshinagno, in the sacrifice performed by Tvashta. He appeared in the demoniac family from the Dakshinagno, Yoni Mashrita, Danavim Yoni Mashrita. He accepted the Yoni or the family of a demon from the Yajna performed by Tvashta, from the Dakshinagni. There is a special Agni called Dakshinagni, which is not very auspicious. Then he was so much endowed with knowledge, jnana, and vijnana samyutaha. He was known as Vritrasura. Vritrasura. Why is he known as Vritrasura? Vrita means covered with so much of knowledge. That is why he is known as Vritrasura. Please read the purport.
The word yoni is generally understood to mean jati, family, group, or species. Although Vritrasura appeared in a family of demons, it is clearly said that his knowledge of spiritual life still existed. Jnana Vijnana Samyuktaha. His spiritual knowledge and the practical application of that knowledge in life were not lost. Therefore, it is said that even if a devotee falls down for some reason, he is still not lost. Yatra kva va bhadram abhud amanvishya kim ko vardha apto bhajtam swadharmataha. I don't know, Bhagavatam 1:5-17. Once, no, I don't know which. Once one is advanced in devotional service, his spiritual assets are never lost under any circumstances. Whatever spiritual advancement he has achieved continues. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Even if a Bhakti Yogi falls, he takes birth in a rich family or a family of Brahmanas, in which he again starts devotional activities from the point where he left off. Although Vritrasura was known as an asura or a demon, he did not lose his consciousness of Krishna or devotional service. Prabhuji, one thing is coming to my mind that there was a pastime, I'm just forgetting the complete pastime, when Brahma lost all his knowledge because of one offense. So, but that time he lost everything. It's like, but here is like spiritual assets are never lost. Can it be like for some time a devotee can forget?
Yeah, definitely. Mattasmati Jnanaponam cha. From Krishna, by his will, he makes somebody forget and sometimes remember. By the will of Krishna. It happens. But it all according to the will of Krishna. Okay? When you are talking about devotees, you are talking about devotees like Chitraketu, Brahma. That is all according to the will of Krishna. But when you talk about us, it is the will of Maya. Okay. Next. 39. एतत्ते सर्वमाख्यातं यन्मां त्वं परिपृच्छसि वृत्तस्यासुरजातेश्च कारणं भगवान्मते कारणं भगवान्मते एतत् सर्वम् आख्यातम् I explained everything regarding whatever you asked concerning paripritchati, whatever you asked, yanmam tvam paripritchati, whatever you asked, Tasya Surajatescha, why Vrittasura took the birth in a demonic family. Karanam Bhagavan Matihi, because though he was actually a devotee, it is all because of this plan of the Lord, which I have described to you just now in this particular Akhyatam. I have explained to you everything. इतिहासमयं पुण्यं चित्रकेतुर्महामनामाहात्म्यं विष्णुभक्तानां कृत्वा बन्धान् विमुच्यते इतिहासमयं punyam. This story of Chitraketu is very punya, very auspicious, very pious. Chitraketur Mahamanaha. He is a great devotee, Mahamanaha. Mahatmyam Vishnu Bhaktaram Sutva Bandham Vimuchyate. Anybody who hears about the story of Chitraketu also becomes liberated from material existence. One should hear these stories from a devotee. Then naturally you'll also get liberation from bondage. Next. 31st. Ya etat pratat utthaya. Now Shruti Phala. By what is the phala you're going to get by hearing this? Shraddhaya Vagyata Patet Itihasam Harim Shutva Sayati Paramam Gatim. One who hears early in the morning, rising from bed. Etat Prataruttaya Shraddha, with great Shraddha. Vagyata Patet, remembering the Supreme Lord. Itihasam Harim Shutva. Anybody hears this itihasa while controlling the words and mind, will attain the spiritual world, definitely. Sayadi Paramam Gatim. He'll definitely attain the. Okay. So we stop here for today. It's 12:36 now. We have got 2 more chapters to go. What to do? What to do? When to do? Big question. I thought tomorrow I should do, but somehow. Next Sunday is Rath Yatra. Saturday is going to be Chaman. What are you doing next Saturday? Or any weekdays is possible?
As devotees are working, weekday, yes, that is difficult for them, but yes, sometimes we can keep session after 7.
6th is Gundicha Mandir Margin, 7th is Rath Yatra.
No. I was saying the timing in the weekdays.
Weekday timing, no problem. After 7 is fine, no problem for me. Or you want to have next Saturday, one session? Because next Saturday afternoon is it fine?
On 6th, Prabhuji.
6th.
And what shall we have one session tomorrow as well?
Tomorrow, I'll be traveling a lot.
Okay.
Morning, 10 o'clock train is there. I'll be reach 12:30. Again, Sunday feast. Again, 3:30. I will go back to Mira Road. I'll be reaching there by 6:30. After 6:30, I'll be so tired and I'll not be able to take class. That's one thing. This came out of the blue yesterday. Mahadyuti Maharaj is coming to Vapi, so I had to do the translation. I'm free to do things, but this came up. Okay, we'll do next Saturday. I don't want to.
6th of July.
Next Saturday. There's a Gundicha Mandir Marjan Day. I'll be free by 11 o'clock or something like that. I'll tell exact time when we can do next Saturday.
Fine. Thank you so very much, Prabhuji, for taking this. So, respected brothers and sisters, we have our last session on 6th of July. I said I'll post in the group as well. Thank you so much. Well, Hare Krishna, the Nams. Timings अभी confirm करेंगे प्रभु जी, then I'll confirm that. हमने बताया नहीं अभी. Thank you.